Morning, Ogi.
Good morning, Kai.
Good morning, Kayode.
Morning, Tolu. Sorry, Jerry, I should have done ladies first, have you?
Yes.
Actually,
I'm an African man, Jerry. Don't mind me. I'm not romantic or no, I shouldn't be romantic with you. I don't have courtesy. No, don't let me say that about African men. We're very courteous. We're very courteous. But anyway, how you guys doing though?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
What is going on in Nigeria? You guys are fuel. I saw you cruising around town and,
Cruising around town.
Yeah, now you're enjoying and...
So we're just we're saying our morning prayers.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, Tolu wants to bring us in.
Oh yeah, today I'll be the host.
Oh, nice.
I know you've been waiting for this.
I tell you, I've been waiting. I say that prayer every day.
Okay, so today, hi guys, I'm Tolu. So happy to be here. So today I'm just going to have like a conversation that's, fresh graduates, and if you are trying to you're still in school, about to graduate, or if you're even trying to reflect on your early career life, this conversation is for you. And don't forget to tune in, call us, and ask questions or give your opinions about this. So I'll just go straight into my questions.
Sorry, wait, before you go into the questions, right? I want to
Okay.
so what you said, you mean we are, so the discussion is navigating life, right, as a fresh graduate in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, but you need
you're not
to...
a fresh graduate.
No, you need to... That's what I was going to say. You need to clarify this thing, though. Who is a fresh graduate? Because, it's like, that man who went to church with his wife.
Yes.
And at the point, the pastor said, all the widows, you stand up. And the wife stood up. And the husband looked and said, what do you mean? He said, are you not dead? What are you doing at home? So who is a fresh graduate now? If you're not making money, you're a fresh graduate.
Exactly.
A fresh graduate.
If you don't understand the workforce right now, after 10 years in the business, you're a fresh graduate. So,
trust me, you are.
Yeah, I tell you, man.
So I think Tolu has better reference in this conversation. However, I can relate, and I'm pretty sure you do as well. So, I mean, we all had our experiences now, as fresh graduates you get. So, let's go into it. Tolu, you had a question you wanted to drop on us.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I'm a fresh graduate, so I wanted to ask, how did you plan on the after university life? Did you plan that, okay, this is what I'm going to do? Kayode, did you plan that, okay, I'm going to be this and that? How were you able to navigate life after school?
This guy had this question.
I thought we were asking Ogi.
He's
a bigger
Kayode.
Boy now. Do you know how much he spends every night and chilling with the guys? Well,
in Jesus' name.
my own case was a bit different. I actually, of course, I'm sure you don't know. I actually started my work life in Togo.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked TV and radio there. It was, interestingly for me, I'd always known that I wouldn't do anything by the books, but I really didn't know it was going to be TV or radio, although I had interest in it, and it was more of a seamless move for me. Yeah. But the what I'll say, which I believe might tie a bit into the topic for today, is that while it was a seamless move for me to get into where I am now, I've been in this for 25 years. It is, at the same time, I lacked the knowledge because I was doing a lot of these things for fun, for the love of the job, not for the money.
Oh, okay.
So many years down the line, I still don't get money. So I might not be the perfect, but I mean, over the years, one had to grow from doing the normal presenting to emceeing events and getting into PR and working for startups and all that. So it was a bit seamless for me. The only challenge is that starting, I wasn't looking at money. I always advise guys now that it's good to learn.
Yes.
But guy,
I was coming to that.
Guy, you need to learn a lot, which I did. I learned a lot. I traveled a lot. I mean, within the coast, I experienced. I sat at the feet of men to learn.
You're lucky. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I did, but I didn't I wasn't. This don't rush. you're a young man, life will come, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't looking at money for a long time. It was just
So
every
how were
opportunity.
you surviving? How
No,
were you?
we were getting by. I mean, when I say not looking for money, it means that you were not, I lacked the financial knowledge, literacy then, to, try to make money now and plan and project and say, okay, there's a trajectory in the career path. When you do maybe a entry point, you ought to go higher. When I'm getting a new job, I'm not looking for more money. I'm just looking for a job that is more tasking, which was wrong.
Yeah,
those are the challenges.
Guy.
Hard work guy, and they work, and they work.
For real. Me, I would say, I would say I didn't plan. Let me put it that way, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't plan, but it all seemed rosy. Like, okay, I'll get a job after school, and everything will just just flow. But obviously, I couldn't even get the job I wanted. You understand? And it was really hard on me in the sense that I got frustrated because I kept on getting what I didn't want. Do you understand? I do that for a bit. Then after some time, I'm uninterested. It's affecting my work output. That I look for some. So I had to make some decisions. I wasn't in Lagos at the time, so I had to come back to Lagos.
Which of the villages are you?
My village. So eventually I got because I studied computer science. So I got a networking job in a hospital.
Okay.
And that gave me first-hand experience, really. In the networking field, but there wasn't any what do you say? There wasn't any individual development for me, in that environment. So I had to leave. While that was going on, so I've always been a designer. So from small I always used to draw on walls and all that. So it was something I knew. So while I was working, I focused on improving my designing skills, drawing for real now, soft copies and all that, then from that I started corporate branding. Do you understand? On the side, because I had time while I was working, right? Okay. So that sort of helped me, transition to where I am today, funny enough, right? Because I did that for a while on the side. So I was a freelancer and all that. So, I mean, it sort of worked for me at the end of the day, but the money is still not. the money never complete. But I guess I was just lucky to have picked on something I like, right? And I was just lucky. It wasn't even a conscious effort per se. It was just
Would you say the university prepared you, because you said you studied computer science and then at the end of the day you found something that you're interested in?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that the university didn't really prepare you for the life after?
It did it. It did it.
We had this conversation before. Yeah. Let's just play that tape again and go home.
It is, but for me, right, going back to what you said, like I think the biggest financial shock for me and post graduation was the sudden shift from the whole student lifestyle to the realities of full financial responsibility and expense. So, and one of the most significant things was accommodation and and just generally utilities. And the cost of rent today is crazy. Do you understand?
Exactly.
You find one studio flats or what they call one rooms and you're hearing 1 point something million. Yeah. So it's pretty tough on the graduate today, right? Because you finish from school, right? You're lucky to get a job. You understand? Let me not. It's not like it's that difficult. Let me not scare them, right? But I mean, if you do your search, you find your job, right? But the guarantees of getting a job at the time you want is also there.
Yeah.
When you come in as a starter, you're going to come in with basic salary, right? Basic salary, less experience, so your experience in some cases, your experience level will be a disadvantage to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Exactly. So imagine, starting afresh today, the cost of rent, we used to buy microwaves for like 18K, you understand? And 20-something K, now you're talking 100,000,
It depends.
100,000 plus.
It even depends on what you're buying.
Exactly. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Fridge. Do you understand? Where
do you start from?
Where do you start from? So it's pretty difficult right now, and I just feel they should just try and find something to do quick. Just try and find something.
So
to do.
what advice? Okay.
I mean, just to add to what you said, I think what we've said and how we've lived our life, if we were to go back to school with this knowledge, we would turn out better.
Yes.
Because one of the things, like you said now, is that you started looking inward and you started doing things on the side that you had the ability to do already.
Yeah.
And for me, it was more of my brazen nature. Because I remember then when I finished, I went for some courses and I decided to, anyway, that story, I'll be saying that story sometime next year.
Yeah.
And I'm doing 25 years in the industry. So
Amen.
I will, amen, God willing.
Yeah.
I want to do an event to really talk about that. Now, so back then, Television Deuxième, which was the only TV station, there was only secular TV station. The other one was a religious station in Togo at that time.
Yeah.
That was Télé Zion or so. Television Deuxième, and it was government owned. I walked up to that. Nobody goes to that station, but being a Nigerian, and I went to pitch an idea, and they looked at me, started talking. People were like, "You went to that station? How did you do it?" In the process, the then Minister for Communication, Peter Nchala, started his own TV station, and I went to pitch there too, and I became the hero.
Straight up.
Yeah, I tell you. And so, I mean, one of the lessons there is that, like from you and myself, look beyond what you've studied.
Yeah.
Look beyond and discover what you really like and be bold enough to take risk and take steps. That's the best time to take risk and take steps.
Really?
You can't take certain steps right now, take certain risk once you're married because you have another mouth to feed.
Yeah.
There were times I was celebrating my birthday and all I do is buy myself a new printer or new thing to work with.
Do you understand?
Because I was running my own business and that kind of thing. But right now you can't just do that to yourself.
There's no time to experiment.
No time to thank you. No time. So that's one thing you should prepare for.
Yeah. So I mean, so it's good, like you said. I think, from what you said, to applying yourself to also work still. So that's another keynote. Tolu, you have something to say? You want to say?
What would you say about someone who lived in a small city? Went to school there, grew up there, and then finished from the university and is about to get into life itself. If he or she decides to move to the bigger city, would you say is as a result of financial pressure or as a result of career growth? You want to grow in your career, that was the reason why, or societal pressure that made her move from that little city, that small city, into the bigger city? And even if she gets there and she's not able to adapt to the hustle and bustle of that city, what advice would you give to someone like that?
I mean, so first of all, as in her moving here, right? I mean, I'm assuming is a she.
Why did Tolu move?
Oh yeah, I
from
did
a
move.
village.
Not a village, please. From another city, please.
So it depends on her reason, right? Which is a very key factor, in this, right? So if it's peer pressure and she's not a focused person, she's going to run into trouble, right? And if it's for career growth, then she stands a chance, right? With focus still. So it depends on her decision, right? And coming here and things are not working out.
They say go hard or go home.
Exactly. Exactly. Go hard or go home. And I mean, you can't just give up now. At the end of the day, even the Lagos you're coming to, right? People are having it difficult. You understand? People are making mistakes. You are learning from their experiences. So, I mean, I think if she comes and it's not working out, she should revisit her plan or her strategy, find a different, approach to it. But there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, she wants better for herself. So she can make more money in Lagos. So
you
she
can,
might as well.
Actually move out of the country for better.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, better earning, but me, I'm not a jackpot person.
Yeah.
They're making enough here now. I mean, you're earning dollars, man.
In Jesus' name.
We know, man. But, for me, I know Mecca is going to talk when he gets ready. But, the thing for me is this. Before you move to the city or a bigger town, the question I ask you, what is chasing you?
From where you are.
From where you are.
Greener
because
pastures.
how green is the pastures and how brown are the pastures in your area?
Right?
Because, I've seen there's somebody I heard of many years ago. I think this was 90s or early 2000s. I think we were age mates then. And it was done with the university. He went to Sokoto. Was it Sokoto or one of these Kebbi or so to serve? And after service, just when it was about to round up, there was a function happening in Lagos. Lagos. And, they were talking about cow. How cow is expensive. We've been saying things are expensive in Nigeria forever, though.
Yeah.
How things were expensive, blah, blah, blah. And, during that conversation, he realized that this thing you're saying is expensive. It's very cheap over there. And what is that? Cow.
Yeah.
So it's found out how much it will cost to send cow to Lagos, got the price, sent it to them. And that was the beginning of another business. Those ones saw the cow you buy for, I think they landed at approximately the same amount, but it was bigger, it was healthy and everything. And that was how the guy, after national service, stayed in, I can't remember if it's Sokoto or Kebbi, stayed there and started cow business. So he started sending cow to people, and with time he will move in and out and all that. So what I'm saying is, a lot of times we look at that big picture that is so far off and almost everybody's trying to get. But around us, what are those things that are there? For example, if you study medicine, right now is the time to go back to your town, your small town or your village, because there are so many CSOs that are out there who do this kind of health services, offer health services and supports to the small towns and the villages, not Lagos. If you're able to get some of your colleagues within that area, go there, get somebody. They could even supervise and give you some funding, which you wouldn't ordinarily get in Lagos. So it's all about doing your research, doing your findings, and knowing truly what are the opportunities around me. And if I go to a saturated Lagos, where you're getting studio apartment for 1 million or 1.2 or whatever, and I'm staying in my village and I'm getting maybe 500, how much do I spend in Lagos? How much will I spend in my village? Who will be rich at the end of the day? These are the things I think university graduates should consider. And even not when they are graduates, while they are in 300 level.
And when they are married as well, because really the outer you go from Lagos, it gets somewhat cheaper. Right?
Yes.
Till it starts getting expensive. It starts getting to closer cities. So that's also valid. I think that's a good one.
Also, I think they should incorporate skills into schools, like learning skills on time, learning how to high income skills and all of that. You need to incorporate that into your schedule while in school, because I know if you are doing that and you have gigs and all of that, you can also be earning money and also be learning a new skill, which will leverage you when you are out in the real world. You get?
Yeah, those things matter. And you see, just like you said, our schools need to do a lot more. Now we know that, looking at my industry, I've interacted with a lot of mass comm students who have no communication skills. I interacted with one recently, a level 200 student who said, at level 100, they all did the same thing, level 200, now specialized in PR. And the basics in PR at level 200, going to 3, that person doesn't know. And you have a lot of universities now who have radio stations, and they feel cool. Yes, that could be a good platform for you to try, but why not get into partnership with established radio stations like Lagos Talks?
Yes.
Maybe once a week or during the holiday, you bring some of your staff to mix and interact with actual broadcasters from different backgrounds, see what they do, because university radio have a limit to the kind of topics they can address. They can't do very political topic. So how do you handle that temperament when you're on radio? You can't learn that on university radio, but you can come to Lagos Talk. So like Tolu said, the universities need to go beyond the books, the theory, and the weak practicals that they do. We need hands-on. Petrochemical engineering students in school should be flooding Dangote refineries. We are having a refinery for the first time in how many years? Go there, look at the process of constructing the refinery. How many universities in Nigeria who have petrochemical engineers and other expertise needed in refineries partook in the entire process? That is a learning curve for you, so that by the time you're done, you've met people, you have hands-on experience, and that 2-3 year working experience that they ask of, you already have like 6 months, and they know you are serious.
I hope Dangote is listening. There's something I know he can do.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to just drop something. You know, I come from the angle of like my personal kind of an angle, and I want to say for undergraduates of FYBs or NYC persons right now, first thing you should do is to do like a reality check to understand, okay, where do I want to go to? How much do I want to earn? How is this industry functioning, or what kind of industry do I want to play in? And understand, okay, if I need to get extra certifications before finally stepping into the real world, should I start now? If I need to start building a certain kind of relationship, is it time to start? If I need to start calling or asking people that are already in that sector to understand, okay, when you moved into, for instance, radio, how were you coping with traffic from so area to so area? So you know even the location you want to even be at to start up live. And why I started by doing it, do the reality check is this: you want to start. Most persons want to start like yours, rent the apartment, your mattress and everything. Me, and I think when I moved into Lagos, it was a one room. Just had my bed on the floor. There was no TV. All I wanted is just have a place. I go do the hustle, come back, I lie down and all. So I set that, okay. But after this 1 year, I should have gotten to this level. I should have moved to this level. And one thing I also did was during my NYC, I think the last 6 months, the Alawi that was coming in, I was saving. Then I bought a laptop, my first laptop from that Alawi money. And I enrolled in the graphic design, this in Akure.
Okay.
So I'll leave Ondo town, go to Akure for the weekends to learn. And that's when I started my hands on graphics, on video editing, and before you knew it, I started 1 or 2 persons say, I need you to do this thing. So small money started coming in. So with that, I was able to get even enough transport, move to Lagos, get that one room, and started live. And also it's having that reality check and knowing that, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how much it might cost me. I might not get there at once, but with time, okay, maybe monthly, there's a 50K I know I'm putting aside to get either a certification, because the real life is not smiling. But for you to have an edge, you have to fortify yourself either with certificates, fortify yourself either with relationships, fortify yourself either with understanding better where you want to head, the industry you want to play in, and those who are actually controlling or playing well in that industry, so you know how to place yourself to go ahead. But if you just want to fold your hands and see how things just unfold, you might be left out by or left behind, and people that are actually intentional with life will be ahead. So
all right. I like what you said. And when you say fortify, just to clarify, are you talking about because a lot of people now, what we fortify ourselves is to have manhood enlargement, hips expansion, boob jobs, liposuction,
priorities.
Yeah, I mean, so is that the kind of fortification? Because when you appear, they say, "Oh, more this girl says, almost see chairs. This guy they go
if that's the industry you want to play in, that's certification." So if that is the industry, if fortifying yourself in that industry means going for
okay. Anyway, we need to round it up now.
Oh my goodness.
So
I'll also end with professionals too should also incorporate going to universities and
like
having
Charles Anazodo going to train on sports,
mentor people.
I'll let him know when it comes to the studio.
You mentor people about their career path and give them heads up about the reality.
So my take home too, for the graduates, it's very difficult right now, very, very difficult. So you need to apply yourself well. like everyone has identified, you need to tell yourself the truth. You need a reality check. Apply yourself well. For accommodation approaches, you can stay in shared apartments with your very good friends, people you can trust, like minds as well, that think alike, so you guys can build together while you live together. Generally try your best to share resources, and if you can't, you still have one nice senior brother, uncle, or you can still stay with your parents. Don't pressure yourself. Do you understand?
Don't bite more than you can chew.
Because the real world out there is not friendly. It's not friendly. So,
it's for men and women of caliber.
So just apply yourself well. You get there. Keep on pushing. Never give up.
You mean it's not a world where you say the lecturer failed me? You face the reality and feel yourself. All right.
Understand.
Thank you so much, Nairametrics team, Ogiva, Mecca, and Tolu. It's always an exciting time to have you guys here to learn. And join the Nairametrics team on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m., right?
Yeah,
on X. Oh, yes, X Spaces. Yeah. And to learn a bit more about managing your resources, your finances, and how to multiply without doing blood money. My name is Olu Akade. We'll take a short break right now. And while I know with all what we've said.
Sorry, Kaide, I just want to let the audience know. You can also catch up with us on YouTube and Spotify. You can catch up on previous episodes that probably reflect on, relatable things you've experienced. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
That's it. And in spite of all that we've said, we know there will still be people that are saying, laissez-moi vivre ma vie. I mean, let me live my life.